Hello, welcome back. And we're going straight to number 5 on the list here. If you take a look on the screen here, you can see the part I've highlighted. We are going to get into tapered rafters connection detailing. So we had done the knee joint connection between the rafter and the column. So I think that you're now comfortable with that and you can perform that task by yourself. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to switch back to Tekla structures environment here. So the joint we want to create here is this end plate connection. This connection between this rafter and this rafter. And later on, we'll go straight to apex connection. Now, how do you do this? We switch all the way to elevation view, and from here we'll be able to start creating the end plate here. So as I had told you, we come to steel, then we come to steel beam there, and I want to snap right at the center here, and I'm going to snap right there. Remember, this connection I'm trying to do, I'm showing you is you can do this even if you don't have Tekla Structures PEB macro. So this is a manual way of creating this connection. So mostly I will always recommend you do it manually because this one you have 100% full control. You customize it how you want it, however you want it. Now let me just double click on this. So once I've double clicked on this, I want just to rotate this to be in line with the flange of our tapered frame. Now I'm going to rotate this, give it a back option, and here we are. And let's see whether we are in the right track. To check whether you're in the right track, or just switch back to isometric view. And if I turn this, we are on the right track, but our end plate is too small. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to double click on it, and since the width of our flange was 250, but it's better to confirm, and I'm going to snap on that spot and snap on this spot. So it is 250 here, so our end plate must be 250. So let's switch back to the elevation view. So I'm going to double click on that, and I'm going to change this dimension here, plate, to 250 millimeter, and I'm going to click OK. So once I've done so, I'm going to select on this member, the same plate, and click copy. So I'm going to select on it here and place it right there. So I need an extension outward by 100 and the other side by 100. So let me just select everything here and press Alt and select everything right there. So I'm going to move these nodes upward by 100. So I'm going to select Move Linear and have to reorient my XYZ plane with the orientation of this plate. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come to work plane and just click on that plate. So I'm going to copy this on the X direction, but I'll prefix my dimension with the negative sign. So I'm going to cut this dimension and place it here by pasting it there and prefix that dimension by negative sign. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to click move. So it has moved everything, which is not what we actually want. So I'll click undo. And what I'm going to do, once again, I'm going to select everything once again and deselect this, press Control, and I'll remove all those. Then I'll come to Alt and select that. I'll come once again and click Move Linear, and I'm going to click that. So we've extended that way, and we have that on the spot. So let me do the same thing, select on this, remove that, and I'm going to press Alt and select on this node. But if you take a look, I've selected the beams once again. So I don't need to select those beams. So I'll press Control to remove all this selection. So I'm going to press Alt and select the nodes down here and right click and come to move. And I'm going to move these two nodes downward by 100 once again. So I'm going to click that. So I've moved I've extended my plates here. Now I want to trim off these parts that are clashing with my plates here. So let's first of all double click, and we have this is 16 millimeter. 16 millimeter, quite okay. We can just leave it as it is. Now I'm going to click edit and click split. And I'm going to remember once again, 16 millimeter is quite big because between the web and the flange is 12 millimeter and the web is 8 millimeter. So our plate must be either 12 millimeter, must be 12 meter, should not exceed 12 meter, should be a minimum 12 millimeter. But we can just leave it at you can just leave it at 16 millimeter. It's at 16 millimeter because this is just a demonstration on how we can handle or how we can do or how we can create a PEB building integral structure. So let me just go ahead and don't double click, just select on the part you want to remove. And I want to remove this part here by selecting on this section. Let me click on that. And I want to select that part. Let me disable this member and come back and select that and remove this, select on that and remove that. So I'll come to the bottom end here and click split. And I'm going to select that and remove that, select on that and remove that. So I'm going to select that once again, remove it, select that once again. We're just removing these ones here. So there we are, and we've removed everything. So if I select this member, you can see there's some protrusion of this flange inside the plate, and same applies here. So what we want to do, we want this web to flash or to flash with end plate here. Now what do? I'll come to fit part end. I'll select on this and define where to fit that line and this line here. So if I click on that, it will well fit. It has been fitted right away. I'll come back to fit, select on that, and I'll define my fitting point. I'll snap on that spot and move all the way to that spot right there. So that's where we are. So the next part remaining is placing the bolts and stiffeners. Now let's handle that on the next part 2 of creating connection on the rafter. So let's meet then. Bye bye.